This is Teacher Shawi and welcome to Story Time. Before I start my story, I want to ask you, do you have a talent? Yes, all of us have our own talents. Some of us can sing, good in singing. Some of us are good in dancing. Some of us are good in cooking. Some of us are good in swimming. And all we have to do is to show that talent and make it more meaningful by making others happy using our given talents. Our story for today is about a carabao named Gaya. The title is Gaya's Gift. Gaya's Gift. Story by Jenny Evans and illustrated by June Estevan. Gaya lay quietly in a cool mud. Only her broad face and heavy horns showed through the dark surface of the water hole. Her body was still, but her mind was busy. She thought of her friends. They must be all having fun and not just soaking in the mud like me. Her round eyes watched Ina Ibon in her flight. With her wings spread wide, Ina soared easily on a gentle breeze. I wish I could fly. What if I flap my ears? Maybe I could. She climbed slowly out of the water hole. Her dark body was sticky with fresh mud. She shook her head wildly. Clumps of wet clay spattered onto the ground. Her head began to ache. This isn't working. Maybe if I rinse off this mud, my ears could move faster. She clumped across the road. On the other side was a creek. She moved into the water and leaned her head back. Now, only her big round eyes and soft nose were showing. Soon, her body was shiny and clean. Once again, she tried to flap her ears to fly. She swung her head back and forth as hard as she could. Her heavy curved horns sliced the air. She looked like she was getting ready for a fight. Suddenly, she heard Perlipato laughing behind her. Quack, 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 quack. You've won, she cackled. The war is over, so you can stop fighting now. You don't understand, she whined softly. I was hoping I could catch the wind like Ina and fly. Pearlie squealed with laughter. A flying carabao? Now, wouldn't that be a pretty sight? Your big heavy body would make a huge shadow on the ground. Gaia was quiet. Maybe Pearlie was right. My ears aren't big enough for wings anyway. I couldn't shake my head hard enough either. Also, how could I see while shaking my head? Pearlie cocked her head and took another long look at Gaia. Then she turned to waddle away. Wait! Gaia called. Pearlie turned around to face her friend. Could you teach me how to float? Gaia asked. Sure, she quacked. Floating is a lot easier than flying. Pearlie stepped into the water. It rippled around her as she paddled her feet. Soon she was in the middle of the creek. Circling around a rock, she returned to the shore where Gaia waited. It's as easy as that, she cried. Just sit up straight and keep your head high. Gaia wanted to learn. She had spent half of her life in muddy water. Until now, she had always kept her feet on the bottom of the creek. To float, she would have to sit on the water and kick her legs. That would be fun, Gaia thought. Gaia waded into the creek. Deeper and deeper she went until the water reached her shoulders. With her wide hips, she lowered herself down in the current. She felt her tail brush the river bottom. Suddenly, Gaia slipped on a loose stone. Pearlie watched as her pupil's big black head horns and all disappeared beneath the surface. Paddle, paddle with your legs! Quick, hurry! She squealed into the ripples where she had watched her friends sink. She swam to the right, then to the left. After several moments of panic, Gaia's feet found the bottom of a creek. She came up, coughing and blowing steamy water from her dripping nose. I thought you said this was easy, Gaia squittered. Your feet are too big. You need thin, broad you need thin, broad ones like mine, Pearlie explained. No more floating lessons for me. Gaia hurried up to munch some fresh grass. While her eyes were close to the ground, Gaia spotted Noni Neho. Noni was hopping along on the other side of the road. Maybe I could learn to hop. She lifted her head to watch the rabbit more closely. She saw that unlike Pearlie, Noni had four legs. Hopping requires only earth, not sky or water. It looks easy enough. Gaia pulled her back legs close to her front feet. With a loud grunt, she gave a sudden leap, while Noni had landed gently and on all four feet. Gaia was not so lucky. Her horns, which were usually in the air, were now stuck in the dirt. She was upside down in the grass, bruised, sore, and very angry with herself. Gaia slowly stood up. She leaped towards the house. Boy Baboy was there noisily eating his lunch. Oink, oink, oink. Where have you been, Gaia? Boy asked. I'm trying to learn how to do something. I'm always lying in the mud. I can't do anything. A tear slid down her face and dripped on the ground. It doesn't matter what you're doing, said Boy. Just do it well and don't give up. I only eat, but I'm trying to do my best at eating. Gaia noticed Boy's round body and chubby face. He was truly a hearty eater. Gaia was thinking about what Boy said as she moved towards the big basin of water. Working so hard had made her very thirsty. Gaia! She stopped and turned to see Mang Wan coming from the house. We have a special job to do, he said. He threw a rope around her neck and led Gaia to waiting sled. Misos is sick. She needs to go in the doctor in town. She cannot walk. You are big and strong and sure-footed. You can help me take her in the clinic. Mang Wan helped his wife onto the sled. He slipped the guide rope onto Gaia's head. Then he seated himself on her broad back. Gaia was suddenly glad for her heavy body and big feet. She moved slowly, dragging the sled smoothly over the trail. Noni hopped off the trail to allow the sled to pass. Gaia heard her say to Perry, nobody else can do that. Gaia switched her brushy tail and smiled to herself. Her whistled tone sounded like a low moan, but she didn't notice. I don't have to be like anybody else. I can help others just by being me. The end. So that's the story of Gaia's gift. So in the story, Gaia realized that she is special in her own way. Just like you, just like me, just like all of us. We are special in our own way. And all of us have different strengths and weaknesses. We also have our own talents and abilities. So that's the story of Gaia's gift. So that's all for today. Hope you like our story about Gaia. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if you have any comments or suggestion, you may write it down below. And please don't forget to click that bell button so you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. Thank you for being with me today. Goodbye!